welcome to the Midweek Podcast presented by 60 Helmets. Helmet I wore all week up here, or not all week, 3 days here in Whistler. Cade Clason and I, recently retired privateer hero from the PRMX team. We're in Whistler, and you're on vacation, or is this retired life?
This is a little bit of both, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for 11 days, so you can call it whatever you want.
I don't know how you could do 11 days. I did 3 days in a row. And today I was just garbage.
Today I had like a pretty mellow day. I probably only did like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I just chilled, did some fun laps, did some jump lines, and I went back and laid down.
Yeah.
I took 2 naps.
So you were solo today, right? Because you were trying
I had some friends actually pop in.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, from that actually live in Squamish. So they came up and rode with me today. And I actually have a different friend coming to ride with me tomorrow, and then my wife gets here on Tuesday.
Oh, nice. And your wife's going to send it with you as well.
Oh, yeah, she's great. Yeah. She's A-line laps and fade to black the whole time.
That's her. She does the fade to black drop down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's gnarly.
Yeah. If she's comfy this year, I'm making her ride Dirt Merchant. It's going to happen.
She can do it. Pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. So before you got here, I asked good old ChatGPT, tell me about Cade Clason's thing. And so it gave me this paragraph. Cade Clason is one of those riders that hardcore moto fans appreciate because he built almost his entire career as a true privateer. He never had the big factory ride most top guys dream about, but he carved out a long, respected career through grit, consistency, and hustle. How do you feel about that?
It's a pretty fair description, I think. Accurate. Maybe a little less hustle sometimes than I probably needed.
Yeah.
But it's a fair description. Yeah. I mean, it obviously sucks never getting a fill-in ride or anything like that on one of the big teams and actually getting.
When A-Ray got his, were you like, that motherfucker?
Yeah, he did. He got one. He did. I have a better Supercross finish, but he did get a fill-in with factory Yamaha at one point. And that's honestly all anyone as a privateer ever wants. Like, we don't do it for the money or any of that jazz. So you just deal with all the struggle as long as you can. And it wasn't even really that much of a struggle.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed racing dirt bikes as long as I could and made it happen and made money doing it.
How long was the career?
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I did the last few nationals in 13. 31 now.
31. That's kind of retiring early.
Yeah, I mean
it's funny because by the old school standards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody raced that deep into the 30s.
Yeah.
But now, like, what? Freaking.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are all going long. And
he likes 30.
Honestly, I think a lot of it came from, like, I was over, like, just being average, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I said this to somebody, and they kind of got mad at me, but I was kind of over being me because I've been, like, the exact same for so long, like, just that, like, 15 to 25th place guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really want to be that guy anymore, and I didn't really see a future where I was, like, beating guys like Dean and Vince and all that stuff. Like, I've been trying. I just couldn't figure it out. And honestly, the pay gap is, like, not that much to go significantly faster and take higher risks. So it's like,
was the risk of injury a determining factor? I mean, I know you're buddies with Jerry Robin, right?
Yeah, I'm friends with Jerry. I'm friends with a few guys that have had some big ones. You know, KP broke his neck a few years ago. Like, that shit's scary. And I said this to Julian because I told Julian in Denver that I was going to be done. Like, I didn't tell them until last minute. I'd already filmed the video and everything and hadn't told the team yet.
Yeah. The video was high production.
It was great, right? We did the whole thing in one day.
Yeah.
Like, nice. my guy crushed it, dude. Absolutely crushed it. But I told him, he's like asking me, he's like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, man, like, this weekend, like, I made the main. I was faster than these guys all day. And then in the main event, when the track was gnarly, I wasn't willing to risk it to go fast. And I was just like, there's no point in being out there if I'm not willing to give it my best effort. Like, could I have skimmed the whoops the whole main and done it? Yeah. But I watched 3 dudes knock themselves out trying to do it. And I don't want to be number 4.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a bunch of deciding factors. I've had other opportunities to make money and have fun, and I have so many other things that I enjoy doing, and I'm competitive in so many different aspects. Like, I can get that competitive itch from something else and then make money in a different way.
Does it feel pretty cool that you made a living for 13 years racing your dirt bike and going around the world and across country and everything?
Kind of. Yeah,
I mean, there's people. Casey Davis, my nephew, when I hired him at Transworld, he'd never flown out of the state before. I mean, there's people like that.
Oh, lots of people like that. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
And like my neighbors are like that at home. They're like they basically watch my house for me because they never leave.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But like, I fly more times in a month than they have in 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's just different aspects of life. I mean, I couldn't have done it without my wife. I couldn't have done it without my family. Like the first few years of my career, I mean, it's obvious, just like anyone, like it's mostly family supported or sponsor supported. So my family did it because I really wasn't that good of an amateur to get that ride coming in. And I just found good little homes where I could always make money and good sponsors that took care of me. And, I'm not making 150 grand a year, but if I'm making 60 to 100, like I was pretty happy. And like, it takes a team. Like Sarah and I are a team, especially financially, and it just makes life so much easier. So,
how long have you been married now?
8 years.
8 years.
Just over 8 years now. Yeah.
And has she worked for the government all 8 years?
Not when we met, but yeah basically the whole time we've been married.
Cade's wife, Sarah, is badass. Top secret job. But you have really good benefits. And
I have great benefits. Great health care. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just going to milk that as long as I can.
So did she start off like out of high school, she's like, screw college, I'm going to the Army or something?
No, dude. She was going to school for kinesiology. And she had to do an internship somewhere. And she sent Club a DM to go intern as like their gym person.
Yeah.
And they liked her so much they hired her.
Okay.
And that's where we met. She had already been there for like 6 months or something before I got there. Met her. And then we like started dating like under the table. Yeah. Didn't tell anyone because we didn't want to get her in trouble with Brandon. Yeah. And a little late, like they all kind of figured it out. And everyone was cool with it. And then we kind of just told everyone. And then that was around the time, honestly, I got suspended. And so then I ended up leaving anyways. But yeah, she's been a part of basically the whole pro program.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, she's like a big sponsor.
Oh yeah, a huge sponsor.
Healthcare sponsor.
Yeah, money bags, dude.
Yeah. All right. Career highlight. What would you say it is?
I mean,
or a memory that is especially good.
Yeah. I mean, I got a 10th in a Supercross. That's cool. I've made a shit ton of money from Steve. That's pretty cool too. Steve's paid me a lot of money over the years. I mean, let's see. The first time I won his race or his thing, I got 40 grand. This year I got 21. And then another year, I think I got like 18 or something for second. So like Steve's paid me like 75 to 100 grand or something like that.
That's awesome.
Which is cool. I don't know. I don't like, I look at like, I finally built like a shelf in my house with all my trophies on it. I have one first place trophy and it's from Salt Lake this year when I won Steve's race. Yeah. But other than that, man, like I don't really have a bunch of like big trophies or anything like that to look forward to. I always think about the time I got 10th, kind of looked into it, whatever. And I own that. Like dudes crashed. I mean, but I finished and it's still 10th. Yeah. But I was sitting in a rhythm section by myself after the race. Just like I finished, I was just like, damn, like I just got 10th. I didn't really have, my family had a suite, but they couldn't come down to the truck or anything like that. So I was like, it was just me and my mechanic really. And I was like, I don't really want to go back. So I just sat out there and A-Ray had pulled up and this is when we were teammates. And he goes, dude, I just got 16th. Like, and he had been having a shit year. Like that was his year. His hand was all bad and whatnot.
Pipes kept falling off.
And no, it was the year after that. But he pulls up. He's like, I just got 16th. And I'm like, bro, I just got 10th. And if you know A-Ray, he's not one to be like, oh, good job. He just like gives me this huge hug. And he was like so pumped for me that like that's a cool memory because like it's something. Of course, try again. Figures. Sorry. It was just like something we both wanted for so long, and it was cool that like he got to see me do it and be pumped for me. So that's a cool memory. Yeah. I don't know, traveling to all these places. I took my wife to Australia a couple times for races. Did really 5th in World Supercross was sick. Yeah. Like that was really cool. Crushed crushed that. I remember like they took forever for them to post the results, and I was like doing the math myself. Like I was like, oh, okay, I went like this, and that. And I was doing it for everyone else. And I looked at my mechanic, and I'm like, bro, I think I got 5th overall. And then I was Googling how much it paid because I knew it paid well. So I was like pumped to like make 10 grand in a night. So that was cool. Sick. So a lot of that stuff, man, just being able to be like, yeah, dude, I raced in Dubai on my dirt bike. But,
yeah. That's great, Dubai. I like to think about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like I think my craziest is I got to race with A-Ray in Singapore.
Yeah, for the beach race.
Dude, it was so sick. But okay, so before we transition into what you're doing, you're not really on a mountain bike. I know you've raced downhill mountain bikes a couple times and done some pretty rad shit. Like Josh Hill's like, dude, Cade's gnarly. So I mean, you gonna throw your hat in the ring in some pro mountain bike downhills?
They want me to. I mean, it just doesn't make sense financially. You know, it's a lot of fun. Like you can't really make money doing it. You know, if I had some people like helping me with bicycles and parts and stuff, I would definitely do it. Mm-hmm. I'm good enough to do it, especially for how little I ride.
Yeah.
You know, like by the end of this week, dude, I'm gonna be in like top form.
Yeah.
But I want to. Will it ever happen? Like to do multiple races? Like last year, I did the U.S. Open. Year before that, I did a pro downhill series, and I actually did really well at that one. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of fun to me. Like I feel comfy on a mountain bike. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say I'm probably better on a mountain bike than I am a dirt bike, which is an odd statement. But I have fun with it, and it's something my wife and I can do together. So
dude, that's so sick.
Yeah, it's cool.
When we hooked up, was that last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago when we were riding together, I'm just like, Cade's so lucky, dude.
Yeah.
Because like my wife, she actually used to ride when I was a cross country guy. She'd go self her up the hill with her girlfriends and stuff, but as far as like hauling ass downhill, she's like,
oh yeah, she only likes riding downhill. She's like, we're like trying to find e-bikes right now because we enjoy riding together.
Yeah.
But like her legs can't keep up with mine.
Yeah.
And like when I do pedal rides, like I want to work out. Like I'm not just there to pedal and coast around. So, which we're in the e-bike market at this point, trying to get some. But she's rad on a bicycle. She actually won a pro women's downhill in Asheville. I had to talk her into it. I was like, you're not riding this Cat 2, Cat 1 stuff. Like, you're too good. She doesn't ever race. And so I made her race the pro class. And then I actually made her race the open class, which is the pro class at the U.S. Open. Uh-huh. Slightly different field. She did not enjoy Killington as much. It was flat and raining, and she didn't enjoy that one as much. But she's pretty good. So
nice. Okay, so Moto Academy.
Yeah.
That's kind of where you transition into with AJ Cat.
So yeah, I'm coaching a lot of schools with him. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I've done 3 5-day camps since Salt Lake. Mm-hmm. So like basically just over a month. I've got 7 more this year, something like that. I got two back to back in the UK.
UK, that's badass.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, yeah, man, I probably enjoy coaching more than I enjoy anything else. Right. And I don't mean this as an insult to anybody, but like the most of our clientele is more beginner, like vet, and like kids. Mm-hmm. So like the progression level we'll see in a 5-day camp is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's 90% of it is technique based. You know, very few people are like, yeah, dude, let's hit this turn faster. Let's hit this jump. Like,
it's all techniques, right? Speed comes.
Exactly. So I have so much fun doing it, and AJ and I get along really well. And he has a couple other coaches too that are great.
Is there any conflict of his theories and yours, like
coaching wise?
Yeah.
Honestly, not a lot. Like we'll definitely say some stuff. Like he will never take his feet off the pegs ever. Mm-hmm. And like especially when I'm like coaching like faster kids, I'm like, look, like we had a kid at a camp. He was an off-road kid, and he would hit ruts stupid fast, feet on the pegs. Mm-hmm. And then we had a day where the track was super deep and the ruts got deep, and he was struggling because his feet were dragging. I'm like, hey, like why don't we try taking our feet off the pegs or taking our inside foot off? And as soon as I did that, like his technique went to shit because he was so used to holding himself forward with his feet. And so him and I just worked on that all week long, where AJ wouldn't always do that. I mean, in that situation, he might, but like, I'll go to that way earlier than he would. But honestly, from other stuff, not really. Like, I actually learned a lot from him that helped me the last couple of years, made me better. Because I've always kind of said this, like, I love club. I spent my whole career there.
Yeah.
Their technique side of training there is not the greatest. And we don't really spend enough time on it. It's gotten better since Daniel's been there, but like, we didn't really I don't think we spent enough time on technique there. So like, it was very individualized when we would work on that stuff.
Yeah. What is AJ's association with the Lawrences?
I don't think anything anymore.
Not anymore. For a while, it was.
Yeah, there was. They had the same agent. They were both from Myrtle.
Yeah.
And then they split up sometime around when that GPF thing happened. Like, AJ was trying to buy it. He had some investors and some people pulled out. I don't know the whole story because I think at that point I had just done some schools for him and stuff like that. But like I said, like, AJ sees how much I like to coach, and that's why he brought me on. Like, he's been asking me for probably 3 years.
He's like waiting for you to retire?
Yeah, literally. Yeah. He was like, I want you to stop racing and coach for me full time. So it's been a fun, like, quick change, because I've known my summer was slammed full basically since January. Like, we've been planning these camps, which ones I go to and stuff like that. But I didn't actually decide to retire till while I was hurt. So like, I told him, because his film guy Cam is the one who did my video. Yeah. So I had to tell Cam, and Cam had to tell AJ. So I kind of like had to. They knew. Honestly, I think they knew. Maybe before the team for sure, not before Sarah. Because I did tell Sarah. I told Sarah because it sucked because Sarah was deployed during Salt Lake. Like, she was gone the whole last month of the season, so she didn't get to be at Salt Lake, which is a bummer. Yeah. But the rest of my family did, so that was cool. But yeah, it's just the transition has gone really easily for me, so I'm just enjoying my new part.
Okay, so Chiz retired.
No.
And was racing within like 3 months, right?
No. No, it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, I've ridden only at these camps. Yeah. That's the only time I've touched a dirt bike. And I kind of have to coach, demonstrate, and do some other stuff. And we do some Stark demos and stuff. So I have fun riding the Starks. Yeah. But I was telling KP the other day, I was like, is it weird or bad that I don't like miss racing or miss, like Sarah says all the time, she's like, you're so much happier the last month and a half. Like, it's like you have no stress and you're just like cool with where you're at. And that's kind of like where I'm at, I think, is I'm just super content with how it ended and happy with everything I had accomplished. And I'm just ready for something new. Like, I was telling somebody else, I was like, I think I could just go build decks for people in their backyards and I'd be happy because I just enjoy woodworking. It doesn't really matter what I'm doing, as long as it's something that I enjoy. And being I'm halfway decent at a whole bunch of things, I can find something pretty easily. Yeah.
All right. So pro motocross, badass on a bicycle. What else are you good at sport-wise?
I'm getting really good at freaking pickleball, dude. I've been playing pickleball like an assassin. It sucks. I have 3 paddles now. I've only been playing since October. Yeah. And I probably play, let's see, if I play 3 days a week, like during the season, I was playing 2 or 3 days a week for 2 to 3 hours at a time. Like I've been playing nonstop and I have so much fun. Again, because it's so easy to go do and Sarah and I can do it together. And it's just like, I just enjoy like physical activity. Yeah. So being able to go do that, but like home projects, man, like that's all I do. Home projects and physical activities. Yeah. Like, that's what fills my life. So, but actually, like, I guess I didn't say this, but the team has actually hired me to come to some of the races and stuff too. So, you know, I went to Paula with them, had a great time. The boys have been, honestly, like, Jack and I don't even really get along that well. And he texted me, he was like, hey, I'd really like it if you came to more of these races. You were a huge help. And I actually really appreciated that. So, I'm going to go to Redbud with them. Probably some more. And I think once Supercross rolls around, because we have way less camps then, I'll go to more races. But like, that's something I really want to do, is be involved with a team to some capacity. So they know that side of me and know that I'm like actually good at that stuff, like helping the guys, making sure they have what they need, super organized. Like honestly, the worst thing I think I'm good at is riding dirt bikes. I'm so much better at so many other things. It's kind of funny, but so yeah, I've got plenty of things to do right now.
That's good. Cool, man. Well, it's so funny how like when you text me, Whistler ? With the dates, I'll be damned. You're like overlapping my whole trip.
Yep, I loved it, man. Well, it was cool because I tried to mold my 2 friend groups to come up here, and I couldn't make it happen because KP had to race in Brazil, so we had to come early. And then my wife and our other friends get here on Tuesday, and so I was just like, well, I'll just book the Airbnb for a couple extra days, and I'll just stay by myself. So it worked out because I mean, there's other people here too from moto industry that I saw. And then
the guy that called me Oriental.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Who was that? The guy
Garen.
from Champion Tools.
Yeah, the guy from Champion Tools. Yeah. He's a good dude.
It's funny. He just came to me and said, "Don, well, how did you know who I was? I don't have anything on." And he goes, "Not to be racist, but there's not many Orientals here."
Great joke. Oh man, he's a funny guy. Yeah, because I honestly almost rode for Kevin this year.
Did you?
Like the Grand Deal. Him and Garen really wanted me to come ride for him. Mm-hmm. And I was really close, but I have such a good relationship with Julian, and some opportunities like through the summer and into next year were more priorities than changing at everything. This stage in your career. And so that's how I even got to meet him, and I did some laps with him, and he's here with a buddy that's 66. And he was crank it up in A-line today. I'm just like, I hope I can be half that cool when I'm that old, because that's pretty rad to still be in good enough shape to go ride downhill at 66.
Yeah. 66.
66.
I thought it was maybe his dad.
No. Just a friend of it.
He was pretty cool. I was talking to him too.
Yeah. Ex-moto guy.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm sure I'll see you here next year.
Probably
here.
Yeah, we just got to come this time every year. Because we come for my buddy's birthday. That's why we come this week. So.
Yeah, hopefully next year I won't be nursing injuries.
You just got to stop crashing so much. Maybe you need to come to one of my schools.
Maybe, yeah. I think so. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out the Midweek Podcast presented by 6D Helmets. Best of luck with everything, dude.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
See you next time.